Good evening, Jay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our final episode for Season 4. Tonight, we talk about an opportunity that is often missed by distribution, cross-selling. Advisors are well-trained to hunt for new clients. So the focus is to get new customers rather than mine what is already there. Yet, it has been proven that it is a lot more expensive selling a product to a new customer than reselling and cross-selling to an existing customer.
Good evening, Mr. Ivy, and to everyone tuned in to our season finale episode. While we always want to bring in new customers, we must always nurture those who are already with us. We know also from the very start that insurance coverage is almost always inadequate and the total financial needs of a client is not totally met. Hence, the need for us to always go back to our existing customers. But before we discuss this further, we would like to thank again our special guest last week, Sun Life Grepa's Senior Agency Manager, Venus Montenegro, for sharing with us how to transition from a part-time to a full-time. So maraming salamat ulit, Venus.
Thank you, Venus. Cross-selling maximizes the opportunity of the advisor with the client and strengthens relationship. On the other hand, it offers ease and convenience to the customer since he or she gets solutions to his or her needs from a single trusted advisor. The company, on the other hand, is able to provide a wide array of products to address the total needs of its customers and at the same time supporting its own growth incentives. In other words, we see a win, win, and win scenario.
And aside from that, Mr. IB, sa panahon ngayon na lahat ay naghahanap ng multiple source of income, directing agency members to cross-selling the different the different insurance product lines can be much wiser instead of advisors carrying other merchandise in their sales kit. But there must be a reason why cross-selling is not readily taken up as a strategy. Maybe the desire for an advisor to focus on a specific or particular product prevents them from exploring into other gaps. No, that's why very important na not only are our marketing partners are responsible for that, but also agency leaders should play the role of consciously promoting, cross-selling among their agency members so that they will be able to offer a more comprehensive financial solutions to their customers. But then again, maybe there is a challenge into that. To help us dig deep into this topic, we are very much privileged to have with us tonight someone who will share his own cross-selling strategy. Dear leaders, please help me welcome our special guest sharer, Coco Life's Agency Sales Director, Manager Marco Soliman. Hi, Marco. Good evening.
To all the viewers, welcome to the show, Miss Jay and Sir Ivy.
Yes, thank you very much again, Marco, for accepting our invitation to guest in our season finale of Leaders in Action.
So it's a privilege to be invited to your show. I will be very happy to share my stories sa industry na to and sa topic natin na cross-selling. So I'm glad that I was invited.
Again, thank you, Marco, for being with us. Umpisa natin kasi sa experience namin, mabilis ang takbo ng oras. No? So for a start, kindly tell us something about yourself prior to joining the life insurance industry and what led you to join this industry.
So I am from Legazpi City, Albay, dito sa Bicol. So I graduated in Bicol University. Medyo matagal na. So 1995 ako nag-graduate, taking Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, majoring in management. So after graduation, I was immediately employed with PLDT sa Manila. So after graduation, nag-Manila muna ako sa PLDT. Well, I guess nung time na yon, 1990s, parang pag taga-probinsya ka, madami sa graduate, parang gusto i-try, ma-experience yung sinasabi nilang Manila experience. So I was one among those graduates. So I went to Manila and got employed with PLDT as a customer service representative. So yung sa Makati, actually yung office ko sa Ramon Coangco building, yung head office ng PLDT. So yung trabaho ko is to handle customers ng PLDT. So we were the frontliner. I was exposed to complaints, mga application ng telephone lines. Noon wala pang cellphone eh. So yes. I remember nung umpisa namin sa PLDT, yung project ng PLDT was yung zero backlog. So nung time na yon, ang dami pang walang telephone lines. And in fact, there were areas na when you apply for a telephone line, it may take years bago ka makabitan. Kaya nag-budget yung PLDT for a zero backlog program. So I was there, I was a frontliner. So every day, I was exposed to different clients. Yung iba nag-a-apply pa lang, yung iba naman nagko-complain dahil sa tagal na ng applications nila. And this probably helped me a lot in developing my own personal communication skills with clients. So ito siguro yung talagang na-acquire ko doon na skill that has greatly helped me going to a career na hindi ko na-imagine na kukunin ko ito ng life insurance industry na to. In fact, when I was in college, I probably never had an idea what life insurance was. I'm quite sure, hindi ko alam kung ano yung insurance na yon nung time when I was in college. So after 2 years with PLDT, they were offering retirement programs kasi ang laki na nung time na yon, parang if I'm not mistaken, parang 20,000 na yung employees ng PLDT. So the management decided to offer retirement programs para ma-streamline nila yung employees sa dami. Kaya lang madami sa mga bata pa lang ang nag-avail dahil maganda yung offer nung PLDT noon. And ako naman, being a management graduate and always dreaming to have my own business, was one who was also one of those who got interested into availing of the retirement program. So so for short, I availed. Then I thought that I got the money already to start my own business. Yeah. So I went back to Bicol sa lugar namin sa Daraga dito sa Albay and started a motorcycle spare parts business.
Right. Okay.
But before I went home, nag-imbestiga naman ako ng konti. Inakal ko naman ng konti. So nag-ikot naman ako sa Manila ng mga motorcycle parts operators. So I thought I already had an idea on how to do the business.
Paano patakbo ng negosyo?
Yeah. So kaya lang I was very young then. I was 22. So siguro meron akong konting kapital pero napakalaking ambisyon. No? Kaya na-overcome ko siguro yung fear ko na konti yung kapital ko. So I went back, I started the motorcycle business. Then at the middle of the business, I realized, or after starting, I realized na kulang pala yung capital ko. Dahil ang hindi ko na pag-aralan is that ang daming klaseng motor and iba-iba yung parts nila. So hindi ka pwedeng mag-invest lang sa isang line ng isa like Yamaha or Honda. So sa dami may Kawasaki, may Suzuki. So lahat na yun meron na dapat na parts.
Supply mo, bale. Limited
Yeah.
na limited. Yeah.
Yeah. So kahit na ganun yung limitations ko, I was still doing good. Kaya lang dahil nga konti yung parts ko, I was missing out on those clients na madami siyang bibilhin, and dahil alam niya kulang pa yung parts ko, they'd rather go directly to the bigger store na alam nila isang punta niya lang, halos nandun na lahat. So kahit na medyo minurahan ko yung sa akin, talagang ito yung nawala na sa business ko. So yung market na yun ang I missed out. Okay. So anyway, after 2 years of doing the business, lagi kong sinasabi sa mga talk ko na sa awa ng Diyos nalugi yung negosyo. Okay. One of the main reason why nalugi was because during back then I was single. So syempre mga barkada yung lagi pag-close ng business hours, kasama ko yung mga barkada ko, lalabas kami, kain, inuman, gimmick. Okay, so ang number one lesson na natutunan ko noon was I was spending a lot more than I was earning. So kinakain na yung capital ko pala. Hindi ko yun na-realize. So napansin ko na lang after 2 years na paliit na lang yung inventory ko. So ang kumonte yung stocks ko. So yun yung naging takbo ng motorcycle parts business ko. Well, nalugi siya financially, but emotionally and business wise, ang dami kong natutunan dahil sa experience na yun. Okay. During the going to the end of the second year, I was with a friend na I remember vividly. Nagpapagupit kami sa isang barbershop. Then may nag-invite sa kanya na mag-attend ng orientation seminar sa isang pre-need company. Okay, so in-invite siya. So being close to him, pumayag siya, pero in-invite niya din ako, nasamahan ko siya para may kasama siya or may kausap siya while attending the seminar. So wala naman akong schedule nung Saturday na yon. Sumama ako sa kanya and attended the orientation to a pre-need company. Okay. So what's funny is siya actually yung inimbita at ako lang yung parang alalay niya. What's funny is siya yung hindi naman naging interesado at hindi na nga bumalik doon sa company na yun. Ako yung naging interesado. What I was really interested on was the idea of owning your own business or doing your own business na wala kang masyadong kapital na kailangan. So yun yung dahil nga nagninegosyo ako noon, kulang nga yung kapital ko. So that was exactly for me the answer for my quest of having my own business. So parang nakita yun.
Tugban-tugban sa experience mo, no? Parang sumute na now you have something that you can run on your own and yet did not require much of a capital.
Exactly. So parang the timing was great. The idea was exactly what I needed during that time. So I was very interested, and I really made an effort to started that business. So nag-start ako as an agent.
Yeah.
Then medyo maganda yung benta ko. Then I also became a unit manager. So I started inviting my friends. Then was promoted to an agency manager all in 2 years in 2 years time. Okay, so ito yung naging story ko sa pre-need na company na yun. Before I met someone from Coco Life, yung company ko na ngayon, so 20 years ago yon, that also presented the business model of Coco Life, which I really like because of the idea of having the office in Legazpi din, na ako lang talaga yung parang branch manager doon. So ako yung didiskarte nung marketing operations, ako ang magpaplano how we're going to expand Coco Life's reach in this area. So I shifted to Coco Life. So that was my first taste of the life insurance industry. So 20 years ago. So this was September of year 2000.
Almost 22 years now. Marco, right now, how many, where do you operate and how big is your team?
So right now, yung branch namin is still in Legazpi City. So before, our first branch was at the second floor of the UCPB building here. Dahil yung affiliation ng UCPB with Coco Life. So yung office ng several Coco Life branches are on the second floor ng UCPB, which was also the case when I started with Coco Life. Then after several years, I requested for a transfer sa isang mas bagong location, which was granted to me. Then after several more years, yun na, I had this idea of I had this dream of having my own building and asking Coco Life to rent some own building ko. Na nagawa ko na actually. So right now, our office is located at my very own building, yung Soliman building, also here in Legazpi City. Okay.
Congratulations for owning your own building to house your own set of businesses. So
Yes.
Kano kalaki how many people do you have right now?
Okay. So right now, sa insurance business ko, I have, aside from my own unit, we have 3 other units under me who have their own agents. Okay, so ito yung sa life business, life agency business ko. But I also have a dedicated team to cater to non-life. Ito yung non-life business ko. And another team for my GPA business. Ito yung group personal accident business ko, which is also under Coco Life. So may separate team ako for GPA kasi medyo malaki yung portfolio ko sa GPA. Malaki din yung portfolio ko sa non-life. So may separate team din ako na nag-handle ng non-life.
Thank you. Thank you, Jay.
Okay, no, Marco, listening to your beginnings, no, talagang napaka-colorful. How did this experience help you in the usual birth pains when you were starting your team in Coco Life? Paano ka natulungan itong mga experience mo dun sa, sabi mo nga, yung pagkalugi mo sa negosyo, and then your 2 years in pre-need, no, pero hindi rin masyadong tumagal. No? So how did this experience help you? Siyempre may mga usual birth pains, no, pag nag-uumpisa ka. So paano ka nila natulungan?
So the thing is, when I was starting with pre-need and life insurance, yung mga friends ko, yung mga batchmates ko, were also still starting in their own careers. So wala naman akong kakilala pa na may malaking negosyo na or malaki na ang posisyon sa isang kumpanya to give me a big opportunity kaagad. Okay, so yun yung challenge sa akin when I was starting. Okay, so I knew this and hindi ko siya tinutukan. So my mindset doing this business was never really to focus on this one big fish na makukuha agad. Okay, so I was really focused on small to medium cases, pero more on a more regular basis.
Okay.
So dahil kulang naman yung funds ko, the focus was to close small and medium cases personally para ma-fundan yung operation ko sa agency. Okay. So, to help me fund my agency operation. So kailangan meron akong regular na mga naku-close, kahit maliliit lang. Okay, pero at least palaging meron para may panggastos ako sa negosyo at saka sa personal na expenses ko. Yes, personal needs. So para meron din. So my idea was, if you do this regularly and on a more constant basis, paminsan-minsan a big case will arise. So paminsan-minsan may makukuha kang big case, which happened to me. So siguro on my second year, I had this client na naumpisahan kong maklose sa isang pension plan. So binayaran niya, I think somewhere in the 40,000 premium level. So dati nun 50% pa yung commission eh. So medyo masarap pa nun. Malalaki pa yung commission nun. So then nung nabalikan ko siya, na-close ko din yung anak niya, kinuha niya din. So parang apat yung anak niya is apat na 40,000. Until one time na na-close ko siya for a 615,000 quarterly premium. So this was my biggest
Dito na nagsimula ba yung malalaki mong cases?
ito yung biggest break ko sa insurance. I was able to close this policy na ang premium niya is 315,000 quarterly. 30 million yung face amount niya. So mga 1998 or 1999 to mga 2003 to 2004 ito. So this was my biggest case and ito yung biggest break ko sa life insurance industry. So when I was able to close that, ito yung talagang nagbigay ng malaking moral booster sa akin. So ito na parang I was telling everyone na talagang may pera dito sa insurance. Okay, believe me, if you do you do your job, tapos you mag-persevere ka, wag kang hihinto, mangyayari to. Good things will really happen sa industry na to. So, ito yung pag-upisan ko.
Okay, Marco, how did this parang contribute or boosted your confidence when it comes to recruitment? No, kasi you're on more on the selling, no, and somehow how it funded your operations. Pero in the recruitment side, paano ito nakatulong sa iyo?
So it was very important because it's a lot easier to recruit if you set a good example. So pumutok to dito sa branch namin. So alam nila kung magkano yung commission ko noon kasi nangungumission ako ng 200 plus per quarter. Eh during that time, ang 200,000, parang 1 million yung, di ba? Parang 1 million yung pakiramdam mo. So lahat parang na-excite na grabe, may ganun pala. Di ba? May ganun pala. So naging mas madali. Naging mas madali yung pag-recruit kasi meron na akong may ipapakita na totoong example ng totoong kakilala nila. Hindi na lang yung mga example na sa branch dito sa Manila, etong si ganito na taga Tugigaraw or taga Batangas, di ba? So iba pa rin pag may living example na kakilala nila.
Example.
Yeah. So nung yung mga trainees ko na kasi I was doing recruitment seminars noon weekly, so every Saturday. And ako pa talaga nagtitrain noon lagi. So ito yung paulit-ulit kong syempre pinapakita sa kanila, ito yung na-commission ko, ito yung mga cheque, syempre pina-photocopy ko lahat. So example, so mas naging madali for me to invite friends of friends para consider din ng career sa life insurance.
Wow, thank you Marco. Ang sarap balikan, no? Yung beginnings.
Yung mga winning moments ba? Yung mga winning moments natin sa industry. Syempre, pag medyo matagal ka na, medyo madami na din. So,
yes. Pero yung yung una, yun ang hindi mo talaga makakalimutan. What started it all, ika nga.
Alam mo, yung nakuha ko yun, yung napafilapan ko yung form, tapos nakuha ko yung cheque, nagda-drive ako noon papunta sa office, parang sumisigaw ako sa sasakyan. Parang you were still in the state of shock. Parang state of
Cloud 9, nasa Cloud 9 ka.
Ulit-ulit ko tinitigyan cheque, baka may mali eh. Bakit kailangan mong bumalik?
Yeah.
I'm so sure. Fast forward tayo, Marco, fast forward, no? And it's really happy to recall yung mga successes na ganyan. A big part of your current success is cross-selling. So, paki-share naman, how did you start with this concept? And can you please describe how you do it with your team today?
So, realizing that if not all of our clients ay meron ding insurance needs sa non-life, sa TPL. So ang ginagawa ko noon, nag-start ako sa akin lang muna. So mga kliyente ko, actually yung isa sa mga kliyente ko ang una pang lumapit sa akin asking me if I'm also into non-life insurances. So yung sasakyan niya daw kailangan niyang ipa-insure, tinatamad siya maghanap pa ng ibang ahente. So kinausap ako. Ako naman noon, hindi pa ako affiliated with a non-life company. Pero yung company naman namin, merong sariling non-life company, yung Cocogen. Okay,
Yeah.
so, yung office ng Cocogen, nasa second floor din ng UCPB, magkatabi lang kami actually. So, lumapit ako sa kanila, syempre tinulungan ako, then nakuha ko yung first non-life business ko, then second non-life business ko. Then every time na may mga kliyente ako, I also market yung mga sasakyan nila. So hindi ako nag-hold back, parang iniisip ko na baka isipin, gusto ko na lang lahat kunin yung negosyo from them because alam ko na kukuha lang naman sila sa iba. So sa akin, ang parating ko sa kanila na, ma'am, kung kukuha lang naman po kayo, I can also propose a quotation for your insurance non-life needs. So yun yung napag-umpisan ko. So nag-umpisa ako sa personal ko muna. Hindi pa sa team ko. Sa personal ko muna.
Right. So how did you, now that you realize na talaga naman kailangan ng mga kliyente to, paano mo ito ibinahagi? Paano mo ininfluensahan yung mga tao na gawin din to kasi it's a good practice.
So going into this business, so year in and year out doing this business and recruiting and accompanying agents sa mga kliyente nila, I realized na ang pinakamahirap kasing part, yung paano mo mapakonsider sa isang recruit itong career na to. Okay? So yun yung umpisang pinakamahirap actually na parang makonvince mo siya or makonvince mo siya na makonvince yung sarili niya na gusto niya tong gawing negosyo na din, yung insurance, di ba? So I realized that ang pinaka-importante is may kitain siya. Sa umpisa pa lang, halos sa first month actually, ang pinaka-important na part for me sa isang recruit. Kailangan sa first part pa lang, kung meron na siyang kitain, mas madali niyang i-consider na seryosohin yung career na to. Okay,
Yeah.
so yung life insurance kasi, while it offers yun nga mga big cases, there are clients na baka mas una mo munang ma-close sa non-life dahil kailangan na pala talagang due na yung renewal ng non-life niya. So talagang kukuha siya. Okay, so hindi naman kailangan na unahin mo muna na life insurance kaagad yung ma-close mo. So madami akong clients na nauna munang kumuha, in fact, ng non-life na policy muna sa akin. Saka ko siya na offeran ng life insurance product. So, kung ano ang mauna, okay lang yon. So, ang naging business model ko was, yung mga bago naming recruits, pagkatapos ng seminar namin sa Kukulay, hindi ko kinakalimutan na aside from life insurance, yung insurance industry ay malaki. This is one of the biggest industry actually sa Philippines. So, aside from life insurance, meron din non-life insurance, meron din ganitong mga lines na baka hindi lang clients yung mga kailangan, baka kayo mismo. So meron tayo niyan. Okay, so
Bale, Marco, sorry. So bale, what you're saying from the get-go, from the very start, ino-open mo agad ang minds ng iyong mga recruits na dito maraming pwedeng produkto na ma-address yung lahat ng financial needs ng kliyente. So kagad-agad, maraming mga pintuang pwedeng mabuksan.
yes.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
ito yung naging model ko para ma-realize ng recruit na may pera dito sa insurance.
Right.
Sa analysis ko kasi, most of the recruits na nawala na lang, minsan di mo na ma-realize, hindi na bumalik sa office, di ba? The number one reason is kung hindi sa wala silang kinita, kulang ang kinikita nila. Okay? So they can get it from other sources hanggang sa siguro naiisip nila parang waste of time yung career na to, yung pag-consider nito. Kaya hindi na sila bumabalik. So yun yung unang kalaban natin sa sa agency recruitment, sa agency build up, yun yung unang kalaban natin. How to make recruits realize na may pera dito, na ito sa umpisa pa lang, kahit hindi ganun kalaki agad, pero kahit pa konti-konti, meron ka nang pwedeng kitain agad na
Parang there are so many different sources of income, and that can help the person stay in the business. Thank you, Jay.
Marco, is this now an SOP in the team o meron pa bang mga recruits ka na you still encounter resistance? And if there are, how do you normally convince them to really try out the concept of cross-selling?
Hindi compulsory yung cross-selling sa team ko. There are agents, may mga partners ako sa life insurance, sa insurance, na sila mismo mayroon lang din talagang niche na parang doon siya naka-focus. Alam niya na may ibang lines, pero talagang parang doon siya mas comfortable ba. So ito nga, in fact may agents kami talagang sa accident insurance yung forte niya. Meron naman sa TPL insurance, meron naman sa HMO. So malakas din kami sa HMO. So sometimes kasi kung saan yung parang mas may kakilala siya na industry na yun yung kailangan ito yung kailangan ng insurance sa industry na yon, parang doon siya nagfo-focus.
Ano kung saan mas komportable?
Yes. So pa isa-isa, balik pa rin lahat sa life insurance. Okay? So while life insurance yung pinag-umpisa namin lahat, ito talaga yung parang main goal. Everybody's open to kumbaga to take in other lines na nasa insurance pa rin na pwede naming dalhin at the same time.
Okay. So in a nutshell, Marco, how has cross-selling helped you expand and grow your business?
Alam mo, I think this has been, the need for cross-selling for me has been emphasized greatly. Itong pandemic na to, itong nakaraan na 2 taon na pandemic. Kasi may mga lines na medyo humina talaga nung 2020, 2021. Especially for me, a big challenge dito sa Bicol, yung agency sales. Because grabe ang higpit dito noon sa Bicol. Walang training, wala bawal yung meeting, hindi pwedeng gathering, 'di ba? Bawal lumabas, hindi ka nung pwedeng kumatok sa mga
virtual lahat, no? Virtual
lahat. So kahit na meron ka pa rin pwedeng ma-close virtually, everybody knows na iba yung iba yung kausap mo yung tao personal. Iba yung tatawagan mo lang sa telepono or mag-virtual kayo. So iba talaga. However, meron mga insurance lines na kailangan talaga like yung mga TPL, yung mga non-life business na talagang maglalap siya. Maglalap siya after itong date na to. So talagang ite-text mo lang yung client, i-renew niya talaga yung policy. Yun, pwede mong gawin virtually. Yung policy, pwedeng email mo na lang sa kanya. Hindi na kailangan na yung So, yun yung sinasabi ko na na-emphasize yung importance ng cross-selling. Kasi nung time ng pandemic, kahit na may lines na tumigil or humina, may iba kang lines na panghuhugutan.
Okay. So somehow, itong cross-selling, financially, saved some of your advisors. Nakatulong talaga kasi marami talagang tinamaan ng mga packets during the pandemic sa ating mga kasamahan sa industriya. So in your case, cross-selling really helped them.
Hindi lang it really saved a lot of us from great financial difficulty during those times. Alam mo naman tayo, unlike others who are employed, nung time na yon, we were somehow left to fend for ourselves. Diba? So it was nice that we have several lines. I have several lines na kahit uminto muna yung iba, may dumiretso. Hindi naman siguro as great as before the pandemic, pero at least talagang may naasahan kami na pumasok pa rin ng pumasok kahit na 2020, kahit na nga lockdown may pumapasok dahil because of the necessity nung nature nung product.
Yeah, because I think during the height of the pandemic 2020 and 2021, you even got awarded as the Tama ba yun? Top in,
My wife was the underwriter of the year during
yun,
the
the right
year
year pa.
2020. So for me, we were parang ano yan, I am most proud na during the hardest time, 2020, as in yung 2020, my
2020,
wife was the underwriter of the year.
a year, oo. So, since we're talking about pandemic already, Marco, what for you is the biggest lesson that pandemic taught you in terms of agency operations?
Well, while we have all, I'm sure, experienced difficulty during our many years into this industry, wala pa siguro naman talaga ng tumalo dito sa tatalo dito sa pandemic na to. This was the parang paano ba to? This was the kumbaga clincher, kumbaga amongst the difficulties na lagi nating ginagawang example, 'di ba, sa career. Hindi natin alam na may dadaan na ganito. Yeah, so grabe. Dito kasi sa Bicol, usually ang challenge sa amin before yung mga bagyo. So if we are hit by super typhoons, it's very difficult to offer life insurances after. Syempre, priority muna pagpagawa ng bahay, di ba? Other basic necessities. So itong pandemic, especially nung lockdown, everybody was like parang at a state of shock. Ano ba to? Ano yung nangyari? Di ba? So ang naging mahirap is yung agency, yung keeping the agency intact. 'Di ba? Kasi kung walang pumapasok na income, everybody will be looking for other sources.
Yes.
'Di ba? And understandably so. Di mo naman sila mapipigil. So, yung naging lesson nga is to have several baskets available para may iba kang makikilingan in these times, yung mga times na to. So ito nga yung importance ng cross-selling. Dito ko talaga na nakita yung importance of what we've been doing for the last many years na din.
And somehow this also parang made your conviction, no, and made your resolve to really promote cross-selling much stronger because nga of what you have experienced in the during the pandemic, no, how cross-selling has helped you. And how are you driving this moving forward? Paano mo to mas lalong ini-emphasize sa iyong mga agency members now?
Well, I was for the longest time I was able to build recurring businesses sa life insurance and ito ngang mga other lines sa insurance. So, ang maganda kasi na sa ibang kino-cross-sell kong life insurance products are if you are able to service your customers well, renew na lang ng renew eh. Renew na lang ng renew, same yung commission. Okay, so alam mo na parang somehow there's a sense of stability din may nagiging sense of stability sa negosyo mo. Alam mo na sa August ito yung mga papasok na accounts, di ba? I-renew mo lang kasi continuous naman ang servicing mo, continuous naman na kausap mo yung mga tao dito sa mga accounts na to. So somehow may idea ka na ito yung mga sure mong papasok sa mga buwan na to. Okay, so somehow ito nga alam mo na may maaasahan ka ng funds ito sa mga months na to. So ito yung isa sa pinaka-importante na build namin is to yun na nga to build a recurring business sa mga lines na to.
Okay, parang continuous income stream ang na-develop nyo through cross-selling. So thanks for sharing that.
Ang hirap kasi, di ba, usually sa career na to, yung sometimes, especially kung nag-uumpisa ka pa lang, is the factor na parang meron na parang unknown factor pa na next month, paano kung wala akong ma-close, paano kung hindi kumuha si ganito, magbago yung isip, hindi mag-renew. Okay, so if you're able to build medyo madami ng recurring business, laging siguro 80% yan siguradong mag-renew yan.
Yeah. Thanks Marco for that.
Marco, very clear yung sinasabi mo na cross-selling really has so many benefits for the agents, no? Sa perspektibo naman ng customer, hindi ba naman ang feeling ng customer, ito na naman si advisor, iba na naman produkto to, baka talagang panay commission lang niya. How do you make sure that that is not how the customer appreciates the effort of the advisor?
I think if we are able to service our clients well, that would be the last thing na iisipin ng mga kliyente natin. So kami kasi parang ang ine-emphasize ko sa mga tao ko, sa akin din, sa yung parang motto ko din is somehow yung parang maging barkada mo yung mga clients mo. So make sure pag mga birthdays na nag-greet mo, and hindi lang kahit walang occasion, say hi, hello, kumusta, yung mga ganito. Para hindi nila isipin. Sometimes kasi iisipin nila yon kung nagpapakita ka lang sa kanila or naririnig ka lang nila pag magbebenta ka. So wag na natin gagawin. Kailangan you are there even in those times, hindi mo naman talaga kailangan magbenta ng insurance or hindi ka naman nagbebenta ng insurance. So make sure na nagagawa mo yon. Hindi yung mag-offer ka lang ng insurance, akala mo lang siya maaalalang i-text.
Okay, again, thank you for that. Very clear that it's about the client continuous servicing para hindi talaga ma-feel niya yung sincerity ng advisor. Now, related to that sa kliyente, di ba minsan ang isang produkto nagkakaproblema? Pag nagka-problema ang servicing sa isa, hindi ba madadama yung iba namang produkto? Hindi naman ganon?
Well, pwede. Depende sa problema. Depende sa nature ng problem. Probably if the nature of the problem came up because of your negligence or gross negligence, it is not impossible na mawala din yung ibang negosyo na siya din yung kausap mo. So we have to be very careful about this. Siguro kung medyo may naging problema dahil may requirement na sa taon na yon hindi niya na kailangan ma-comply sa isang line, probably you can still be able to keep the other lines. Pero kung may negligence ka, talagang kasalanan mo, hindi yun imposibleng mangyari. So we really have to take this job seriously. Kailangan aralin natin, kailangan aware tayo sa what's going on sa client natin, anong kailangan niyang siguro pagbabago sa mga insurance needs siya. Kailangan you are on top of the situation and the insurance relationship between you and the client.
Now, you've mentioned about relationship, Marco. Di ba pag medyo nagko-cross-sell ka, ibang-ibang tao, iba-ibang kumpanya ang kausap mo, hindi ba? So, how do you make sure na una-una walang selusan? Pangalawa, you are really seen as a partner with all of them.
To be very honest, ang priority ko talaga for now even sa cross-selling ko are products under the Coco Life group. Yung Coco Life kasi halos lahat ng products meron na eh. Non-life, GPA for accident insurances, pati TPL under its under Cocogen meron siya, group insurances, HMO. So Coco Life has a very robust HMO company. So as much as possible, ito na lang yung ginagamit ko kasi yung mga tao dito, yung mga officers kakilala ko na eh. So easier for us to communicate with them, to bring them our concerns, get help from them. So mas madali for us.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, Marco, ang bilis ng oras. I am now down to my last question. For my last question for you, you now have other businesses, very successful businesses, some related to insurance, some not related to insurance. And I believe all of these are housed in your building that you mentioned a while ago. Mr. Ivy, siguro pwede nating i-request, Marco, can you show us naman and share to the listeners natin yung iyong building? Do we have that? Screen share natin. So ayan, Mr. Ivy, this is the building. Marco, can you tell us something about this building?
So nung 2013, medyo maganda na yung takbo nung career ko with insurance, maganda na yung takbo ng negosyo ko with insurance. I really dreamed of building my own structure. Ito yung building na to. Okay, so I worked hard for it. Kinausap ko actually yung Coco Life if they can lend me the capital to finance me. Ito parang patangin ako ng building na to. So having a track record naman with our company. So ano yan, pumayag sila actually. Pumayag sila, so I was able to get a parang a 10-year loan, a commercial loan. No, a 7-year commercial loan. So inumpisan ko siya, ang parang lakas ng loob lang yung
Pinapuhunan mo, lakas loob, ha?
Yeah, kung paano ko siya babayaran. Okay, so 2 years ago na fully pay ko na tong.
Fully paid mo na. Wow, congratulations.
Okay, so ito yung ano yan na if you dream it and you are willing to work really hard for it, walang imposible. Walang imposible. Yung again, dahil nga sa recurring income na build ko na sa insurance industry, mainly sa life insurance, I had the courage to dream this dahil alam ko na may pagkukunan ako. Okay, so ito yung talagang pinangarap ko nung 2013.
Ito ba ang biggest achievement mo, ang trophy mo sa iyong 22 years in the business?
Yeah, of course. Ito nga finally nabayaran namin at na fully pay na namin to 2 years ago. Na we had a small celebration.
So that's Soliman Building, no?
Soliman Building, yeah. So,
Soliman Building.
Coco Life, then the other small businesses.
Okay, so halos lahat ng businesses mo naka-house na dyan.
Yeah, so parang isa na lang ang ano yan. So mainly pagpasok ko, Coco Life ako, then minsan gapon, bababa na lang ako to talk to the other stuff.
Okay, so nandoon na, very economical from your end, no? Hindi ka na babiyahe at wala ka ng gasto sa pamasahe, sa gas, no? At time consuming also. Now, how are you doing the balancing act now, Marco, to ensure that your life business, no, still gets to be managed the way it should be, regardless of the many other businesses that you have? That's my final question for you.
Well, I've always been a life insurance agency leader. So first love ko talaga, actually, yung life insurance amongst the other lines. Ang sa akin lang actually, unfortunately, itong this past 2 years, ang naging mahirap for agency leaders to retain the agency. Dahil nga nung lockdowns, tapos dito sa Bicol, the problem was walang na-stop yung exams. Yung exams for yung IC exams na-stop dahil yung travel restriction, yung LGU restriction, so medyo na-stop siya. So it was very hard. So doubly hard yung kailangan naming labanan para ma-push through yung agency ko. Kaya lang, pag gusto mo talaga yung ginagawa mo and you really believe in this career, hindi ka papayag na sumuko or matalo ka ng mga challenges. Okay, so it never occurred to me na ihinto yung life insurance career. First, dahil sa challenges. Second, dahil may iba akong negosyo. Because alam ko na in the first place, hindi ako nagka-negosyo ng mga iba had it not been my success with life insurance. So syempre, hindi ko yun nakakalimutan. Kaya I'm looking forward to many more years with life insurance and with my agency here with Coco Life.
Thank you. Glad to hear that, Marco, Hana. Dire-diretso pa rin ang iyong life insurance operations. Lalo na ngayon na bumabalik na tayo sa pre-pandemic, no, na mas ano na tayo, mas lax na, mas yung mga mas lenient na ulit, yung mga restrictions wala na siya ulit. So looking forward na talagang mas lumaki pa ulit ang iyong ahensya. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you. Thank you.
Marco, final word na lang from you para sa mga agency leaders na nakikinig na gustong mag-pursue ng cross-selling o nagpo-pursue ng cross-selling pero gusto pa nilang i-improve ang kanilang way of doing things.
Come again po?
Final word mo na lang sa mga nakikinig sa atin about cross-selling. Ano ang pwede mong i-suggest sa kanila para lalo nilang mapagaling ang kanilang cross-selling initiative sa sarili nilang grupo?
So, yung experience ko kasi sa cross-selling has made it possible for my people to have a consistent income. So, dahil sa income na to, I am able to retain them. I am able to make sure that they are with me na hindi nasasayang yung oras nila. Okay, so while we are into life insurance, ang tinitrain ko sa kanila is there is always an opportunity na makuha mo din yung ibang insurance needs ng mga client mo na hindi iisipin ng mga client mo that you are taking advantage of them. Especially ngayon, to be fair, ngayon kasi necessity na talaga yung ibang non-life insurances, yung TPL, yung car insurances, itong mga fire insurances ng mga bahay ng mga clients natin. Madami na talaga ang kahit hindi mo i-offer, talaga naghahanap sila ng mga to. Okay, so it will be ironic if ikaw na yung insurance guy for them. Pero pagdating sa needs nila sa bahay at sa mga sasakyan nila, hindi mo pa, kung i-refer mo pa sa iba, kung may na-build ka ng relationship with them, it will be easier for the client na isa lang yung kausap and at the same time kilala ka niya na hindi mo naman talaga bibigyan sila ng defective na produkto. So tayo naman sa life insurance kasi we are trained to be professional sa career na to. So syempre inaalagaan natin na maayos yung produkto at ukma sa kailangan talaga ng mga kliyente natin. So let's not, for me, it will be actually a disservice if ipapapuntahin mo pa sila sa ibang ahente na baka hindi pa maayos, baka hindi pa maganda ang magiging servisyo for them. So,
yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Marco. I think that's very clear na since you are already the insurance man in front of the client, be sure that you can actually address all the insurance needs of that particular client. Maraming salamat, Marco, for sharing with us your story and for reminding us that there are so many opportunities in where we are, not just in life, but in other lines of the insurance business. And we must be able to seize them for our people and for the good of the customer. And once again, congratulations and all the best to you and your team.
Thank you. And I really hope that I was able to share a story na sana ay ma-duplicate or mapagsimulan ng mga ibang listeners nyo nitong Leaders in Action vlog nyo. So sana makapag-inspire ako ng iba na somehow gayahin yung ginagawa namin.
Yes. Thanks again, Marco. I'm sure marami kang na-inspire. Marami nang gusto magpatayo rin ng building nila, no? From the katas ng kanilang insurance selling, no? So your episode is the best, no, and the perfect way to close season 4 of Leaders in Action. So maraming salamat ulit, Marco, for gracing our program, no? And we also wish to thank all our previous guests, mga agency leaders and executives who shared their stories, experiences, and insights throughout our season 4. Thank you very much for your generosity, no? And of course, we would also like to thank all our colleagues who connected us with your agency leaders. We look forward to your continued support as we hear more stories from the different life insurance companies.
So again, thank you everyone to all the agency leaders for making me a part of your Thursday evening and learning habit. No? We will again be having a break this month of August, but we will see you again in September 1 to be exact, for our season 5. Still at 8 p.m. here in Leaders in Action.
Real leaders.
Real stories.
And real talk.
Bye, everybody. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
See you September. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.